Boring. I didn't say boarding like Como getting the 5-minute major boarding. I said boring. Pens win 3-2. Just gonna give it the old fist bump because I haven't been able to do it for the last few weeks. Just boom, give me that one. So Penguins managed to come back for the first time in the entire season, being down in the third period to win the game. But overall, it was a pretty boring game that we dominated. No one scored in the first period. No one scored in the second period, although we weren't without our chances. And Mike Smith actually stood on his head. Which brings me to a small point about Arizona. Mike Smith is not a bad goaltender. All year he's been getting crap because he plays on a bad team. Look at the amount of chances the Penguins had, and I mean prime scoring chances in the first and second period. It's a wonder this game wasn't 9-1, but however, we're having trouble scoring, even though that we have some of the best offensive players in the league. No one seems to be able to put it in the net. I'm hoping this will all turn around in the playoffs, and some things will go in for us. Outside of that, Como gets booted from the game. 5-minute major for boarding. Thank you very much. Nice little player hearing probably for him. Although the hit wasn't awful, I didn't mind it too much. It's just that he got cut. I kind of feel like it might have been a major. Mightn't have been a major if it wasn't for the cut. But the second the refs see the blood, it's like, nope, you got to go off major penalties. Blood now. It's icky. Speaking of blood, Kunitz butted one of the linesmen and he lost one of his teeth, if not more, and there was blood just spewing from his mouth. And Vampire's dream this game, just blood everywhere. And Chris Letang took another hit and didn't get up again. What's that? The 5th or 6th time in the season? I made a joke last game about Ehrhoff, how it must be a game with Ehrhoff in it because he got injured, but Letang's the exact same thing, and it was just a freak play. Went up the ice, don't hit him. It seemed like a clean hit. He lost balance and just didn't get back up, although he did hit him into the boards, and there was, so there was that whole thing. Downey fights Doan afterwards, which I think was a good little fight. But yeah, it was a weird game in just total. I mean, we killed the major off. Our PK was good. We scored 2 power play goals. I'm pretty sure it was 2. 2 power play goals. So, I mean, all in total, it was a good game by the Pens. So, in our last 2, we were 1-5-1 going into this game. We're now 2-5-1, and those 2 wins against the Arizona Coyotes, who currently resonate the Jack. They're in the McEichel sweepstakes, let's just say. They're right up there. Eichel's there, McDavid, they might win the draft lottery. I really hope McDavid goes there. That would be great for that franchise to have someone. I always like the little Arizona Coyotes, get the oh, and that playoff run they had a few years ago was kind of nice. But outside of that, we should really be winning these games. We dropped our absolute goose egg against Carolina, and it was good to see that we kept it up all game. Had 46 shots on goal, and Mike Smith stopped 43 of those. So all in all, pretty good game. Time again gets the first goal for them, for the Coyotes. It's just one off the point. Goes in. Grice didn't really see it. He probably would have liked to have that one back. But it's nice that we're playing Grice and giving Fleury a rest, because believe you me, we're going to need him in playoffs, because, well, I mean, Grice isn't really going to take us there. Brings me to another point. Do you know Matt Murray and our AHL team, the Wilkes-Barre Stratton Penguins, have set a record for the longest shutout streak, most shutouts are over 10 by the youngest player in history. And I think there's a whole bunch others. So he's been absolutely lining it up, which is great for our future. And we've got Tristan Jarry as well. Our goalie prospects are looking pretty good. Which means down the road, we might be able to trade Fleury if, you never know. I mean, Jarry and Matt Murray really are going to hopefully come up and do a Hamburglar at some point. So, we'll see how that all goes. Daniel Winnick comes in and gets the second as a pen, 9th for the season. He had a very good game, I thought. He's kind of like what I wish Spaulding was. That's the way I view Daniel Winnick. Crosby gets his first of 3 points in the night, securing his top spot in the scoring race, looking like he'll probably get the Art Ross. He's now 2 clear of Voracek and 3 clear of Tavares. Steve Downey gets our first power play goal and second goal to make it 2-1 against the Arizona Coyotes. And it was just a good drop pass by Downey, who, again, I thought had a really good game. He sort of didn't go past that line that he usually does and draw too many penalties, and it was just a wicked slap shot, just way too much room for him, and he went boom, and all of a sudden it's 2-1. And then Sidney Crosby scoring, Pouliot getting an assist, which I'm loving the fact that we got Pouliot back in the team. I think he's a great power play asset for us, and I think we really should be using him instead of Letang, or maybe letting Letang go forward. But yeah, I'm not sure how that works. Few other notes in this game. After the Arizona Coyotes obviously scored the other goal by Rita, who I'm really liking Rita, by the way. I think he's got a bunch of shorthanded goals. He seems really quick. He might be a nice little interesting, thing for a team to go for. Otherwise, Coyotes aren't looking too bad down, in the future. They've still got a long way to go. There's a long rebuild there, but, hopefully they can pick up some good picks and they can stay there and don't get moved to Quebec, although the Canadian dollar's not quite good at the moment, so I have a feeling that move's going to be a little bit delayed. Few other points. Kunitz is playing well. I like to think it's just not going in for him. Perron missed the game due to illness. That was just last minute. He might be back against San Jose since we got the night game next. Otherwise, yeah, like I said, Chris Letang, Lord knows what's happening with him. He went to hospital. If you look, he points to his knee, but he doesn't look all to it. Like, he doesn't look with it at all. He's just like, brains. It actually did look like a bit like a zombie. That's a bit scary. Otherwise, that's pretty much the whole video. I mean, there's not really much to analyze when you're playing the 29th team in the league and you're a playoff-bound team. However, we do hit second in the Metro, so that's always a positive. However, thanks to the Islanders and the Washington Capitals both getting nice little L's next to their names, we move to second in the Metropolitan Division and hopefully can win more than 2 games against the Arizona Coyotes in the next 9 or so, and we can secure that spot, and thus we verse either the Capitals or the Islanders in a home final. Those are the 2 teams that we're versing. We're not versing anyone else. That's pretty much it. We're not going to catch the Rangers. I highly doubt it unless they lose every single game or we win almost every single game. So those are our matchups. It's just who sits where. Unless we really lay a goose egg and we somehow get a wild card spot, then we might be playing the Montreal des Canadiens. But I doubt that. I kind of think it's either the Caps or the Islanders. So which series would you rather want? I'd love to see I think would be better matched against the Islanders. I have a feeling would win that series. However, I think the Capitals series would be way more fun to watch. And I was really hoping the Flyers would sneak in so we could have a Flyers-Pens first round, but not to be. But I think a Capitals one would be really fun. Even though we only beat them once out of 4, I still think it would be a fun playoff series to watch. But that's the whole video, guys. Make sure you like down below. You hit that sub button if you haven't already subbed. Otherwise, comment, tell me some stuff. What playoff matchup would you rather see? And tell all your friends. If you don't have any, go to like meetup.com and get some friends and then tell them about me. All right, thank you. Bye.